Is Monster Hunter Stories 3 the creature-based RPG we all expected, or a beast that promises more than it delivers? Today, I'll tell you exactly what makes this game brilliant and what makes it disappointing. Because there are things that will blow your mind, and others that will bring it crashing down. Stick around, because things are about to get interesting. Let's start with the brutal stuff. The turn-based combat system is a masterpiece. Monster Hunter Stories 3 achieves something few games manage, taking the essence of the main series combat and perfectly translating it to a turn-based format. The game uses a rock-paper-scissors system between three attack styles: power, technique, and speed. But it doesn't stop there. There are also elemental weaknesses, weak points on parts of the monster's body, and the ability to break specific parts to gain bonuses. When a monster becomes enraged or transformed, all your priorities change at once, forcing you to rethink your strategy in real time. It's chaotic, yes, but mastering it feels incredibly satisfying. Raising and building monsters is addictive in the best way. The gene system, where each creature has a 3x3 grid that you can modify by swapping abilities between different monsters, returns, deeper than ever. But what truly takes it to the next level is the new habitat restoration system. You can release your creatures in different regions of the world to manipulate which monsters appear, improve the stats of eggs from that area, and even give your creatures new elemental affinities based on the environment where you raise them. And if you push the right conditions, some species mutate into unique subspecies. It's the kind of system that can steal hours of your time without you even realizing it. Visually, it's a feast for the eyes. Capcom completely revamped the franchise's visual style for this installment. The world is lush with vibrant cell shading, but a more realistic feel than in previous games. Combat animations are fluid, and the ultimate abilities, called kinship skills, have an impressive visual variety. If you're a fan of the main series and have spent years dodging these monsters' attacks, seeing them in this art style is pure joy. The egg and dungeon system has been cleverly improved. Collecting eggs in monster lairs is now more streamlined than in previous installments. Lairs are small spaces you can enter and exit in under a minute, instead of having to traverse entire mini-dungeons. This makes the collection loop feel fluid and doesn't interrupt the flow of the game. And hatching those eggs to see baby versions of the saga's most iconic monsters never loses its charm. The invading monsters are the smartest optional content. Scattered across the 4 regions of the map are special encounters against unique invading monsters. These aren't conventional battles, they're combat puzzles, where their special abilities can wipe out your entire party, but their attacks leave clues on how to counter them. Solving one of these encounters feels like a real accomplishment, and the reward, an egg of an endangered species, is completely worth the effort. The companion side stories bring the cast to life. Each of the 5 allies who accompany you has their own chain of side quests divided into chapters. While not all are memorable, they do manage to add some depth to characters that the main storyline sometimes neglects. The rewards are also substantial. They unlock key mechanics and significant upgrades for your allies in combat. The ugly. The story is weak for the ambition it tries to have. The game attempts to tell a narrative of war, diplomacy, and ecological catastrophe. It sounds promising on paper. The problem is that almost everything happens off-screen. You're told that people are suffering, that your kingdom is on the verge of invasion, that your mother has disappeared, but you're rarely allowed to see or feel it. The plot pulls you out of your own country at the first opportunity and sends you to the other side of the world to chase dragon mysteries. When important events do reappear, they're compressed into the few minutes between hours of egg hunting. The war it promises to explore never achieves any real emotional weight. The companions fail to develop as they should. In an RPG, companions are the heart of the journey. Here, the party is already formed from the start, and there's hardly any room to truly get to know them. Its side quests are repetitive, lacking any real character development. One character has 5 cats and doesn't want you to join them. Another drags you into a race with a giant pig once per chapter. In the end, each companion tells you how much the time you spent together meant to them, but you've barely had a deep conversation with any of them. The difficulty spikes in the main story are frustrating. In the campaign, there are moments where the game suddenly jumps to a level of difficulty that's hard to prepare for. In the endgame, some enemies deal ridiculous amounts of damage, and on at least 2 occasions, there are level jumps so abrupt that they force you to pause the narrative progress and grind for several hours. Worse still, some main story battles require very specific equipment setups, focused on making a particular monster use a specific ability at the right moment, making the preparation feel more like a chore than an adventure. The technical performance on Switch 2 leaves much to be desired. For those playing on Switch 2, the game runs at an unlocked frame rate that rarely reaches a stable 60 FPS. In the open world, it mostly hovers between 30 and 45 FPS, with 2 biomes in particular suffering due to the density of their environments. There are also issues with textures taking a long time to load after fast travel and during cutscenes. It doesn't ruin the experience. It's a turn-based RPG, not an action game, but it's a technical issue that Capcom should address with a patch. The side content is generic and forgettable. Aside from invading monsters and companion stories, most optional quests are anonymous requests from nameless NPCs asking you to kill a certain monster or collect a certain item. There's no narrative to give them weight or context. If you're not the type of player who enjoys grinding for the sheer joy of building stats, this part of the game can feel like a waste of time. The Palico companion, Rudy, is irritating. The game gives you 5 well-balanced and likable allies, and then there's Rudy, your feline companion. While all the other characters are calm and reasonable in tense moments, Rudy has an overprotective and explosive attitude that constantly clashes with the tone of the rest of the cast. He's a difficult character to like, and he has too much presence in the story to ignore. And that's Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection, a game that shines brightly when it lets you build, raise, and battle monsters, but stumbles when it tries to tell a story that lives up to its mechanics. If you're a fan of creature collecting RPGs and enjoy deep systems, there's plenty here to hook you in. But if you're looking for a narrative that moves you, you might be left wanting more. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like. It shows the channel a lot of love. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. See you in the next one.